video, we are going to be talking about my career and what I do for a living. So for those of you who do not know, I am a 4th grade math and science teacher. I've been teaching for 4.5 years. Like, wow, I cannot believe I've been dedicated to something for more than 3 years. I'm impressed, actually. So I asked a few of my followers to ask me some questions that they may have. So anyone that's currently in school for education or thinking about pursuing an education career, send me a few questions, and I'm also going to be addressing a few comments that I get a lot. I get positive and negative comments, of course, about education or being a teacher. So we're going to be addressing those topics today. So before we begin, I need you to subscribe, okay? I need you to subscribe. We are trying to get to 1,000 followers. Right now, we have 250 subscribers. I need 1,000. So get with the program, subscribe. I'm gonna wait. Okay, so let's jump right into it. So the very first question that I received is about the Praxis test. So for those of you who do not know, in order to be a certified teacher in Louisiana, you have to take a Praxis exam. It depends on which field you enter. So that I'm trying to say like what level. So if you're teaching high school, middle school, whatever. So that depends on the type of Praxis test that you take, depends on what you're choosing to go into. But for me, we're going to talk about what I know. So I took 2 Praxis tests. I took a Praxis content test and I took a POT test. In my opinion, the Praxis content test was the harder one for me because it was more so like an ACT test. If you're familiar with the ACT test, the Praxis content test is more like that. The POT test is more so they're going to give you a scenario, several scenarios, and you choose your best reaction as a teacher or your best response as a teacher. That's the type of questions that I like. I love that test, okay? Well, I wouldn't say I love the test, but if I had to choose a test to take, that would be it. So you, at first, I received a waiver for the test, but yes, you have to pay for the test. And yes, you can take the test more than once, but you have to pay for the test. So you need to study and prepare for the test as you should for any test. So this is what I use to prepare. So I use Quizlet. I took practice tests on the actual Praxis test website. And I also purchased a Praxis book that also had the content for me to study, and it also had practice tests at the end. And that is what I used to pass the test. So another question that I received, it's about being a young teacher. So I will say being a young teacher is not hard. You will have positive and negatives. So being a young teacher, use your positives to your advantage. So if you are fresh out of college, it doesn't matter what age you are. I feel like a lot of districts are looking for candidates that are fresh out of college because you are updated on the curriculum. The colleges or universities are teaching you the curriculum. So the curriculum is constantly changing. So they are looking for someone who are knowledgeable about the curriculum, such as Common Core. If you are fresh out of college, use that to your advantage. Now, if you are a young teacher, I feel like you can relate more to the students. You know all of the latest trends. You're updated on all the social medias, blah, blah. Use that to your advantage. You can kind of like the topics or the trends that's going on. You can kind of incorporate that in your lessons. But I will say this, if you are a young teacher, do not follow your students on social media. Don't do it. Okay, so that is one of the big things that you do not want to do. Also, as a young teacher, you will get comments from parents that are negative because you are young and they want to make sure that you're capable of doing your job. So they really want a more experienced person, to be honest, but you have to earn their respect. You have to show them that you're very knowledgeable and you are very mature and you can handle it, and you are going to you're going to be the perfect person to teach their students or their children. So you have to earn their respect. So you have to earn the respect of the children, and you have to earn the respect of the parents as well. I mean, any job, any field, I feel like you have to earn your respect. It doesn't matter what age you are, you just have to earn respect. So I feel like that was such a vague topic, being a young teacher. I feel like you have a lot of advantages fresh out of college. So you need to use those advantages to the best of your capability. It doesn't matter what age you are. I know a lot of young, good teachers, and I know a lot of experienced, good teachers. So your age should not matter. I feel like your age will not be a factor. Just to certain people, of course, certain parents, your age will be a significant factor, but you just have to earn their respect and show them that you're the perfect person for the job. Okay? The next topic I can talk about all day long. So the next topic is salary. So I get tons and tons of questions about how do I survive off of a teacher's salary. So let's start off by saying that yes, teachers get average salary. No, I do not think we get paid enough. Okay, as professionals, you went to school for 4 years. If you receive your master's, of course, you went to school for more years. So 4+ years. So I think that yes, teachers should definitely get paid more, but this is the reality of it. And before I became a teacher, I knew what I was getting myself into. So if you are becoming a teacher for money, then I suggest you not become a teacher, okay? Because you will not become rich off of a teacher's salary, okay? So you will need to supplement your income if you want to live a certain lifestyle. Hint, that's why I supplement my income. So I teach on a platform called VIP Kid, as most of you know. It is a platform that is located in China. You are teaching Chinese children English. So I use that to supplement my income. Another thing about education is you will get paid more if you have a higher degree. So you need to go back to school. That is the reality of it. I plan to pursue a career in counseling, so I plan to go back to school. So if you want to make more money, you will have to either supplement your income or you will have to return back to school. I am not living paycheck to paycheck because I am supplementing my income. I live in a luxury apartment, have a nice car. Yes, I am surviving off of my teacher salary. So someone asked me to share some tips about being a teacher. I feel like this is my favorite part. So I summed up 5 tips to survive teaching. The very first skill that you need to survive teaching is you have to be passionate and dedicated. Okay, so teaching is not just teaching. Okay, I don't know if you know this, but teaching is not just teaching, okay? So you have to be dedicated. You have to plan and prepare lessons. You have to look at data. You have to talk to parents. You have to communicate with your coworkers. You have to communicate with your principal. So you are not going to be just teaching the whole time. So you have to be dedicated and passionate about what you do. You also need to be knowledgeable about what you're teaching. So in order to be knowledgeable, you have to plan successfully and prepare. So it takes a lot of time, and you have to have that time. So you have to be dedicated and passionate about what you are teaching or about teaching in general. You have to be passionate about educating children and molding children. I mean, you are one of the most important people in those children's lives. So you have to be compassionate, you have to be passionate, you have to be knowledgeable about what you're teaching, and all of those things. I can go on and on and on. So the second skill that I think you need is communication skills and also acting skills. So you have to be able to act. What I mean by that is, if you're having a bad day or you just got bad news, you just got in a fuss with somebody, when you walk into that classroom, throw it out the window. Like, let it go, leave it behind, because your children will reflect your personality or how you're feeling that day. So if I'm being negative, guess what? My children are going to be negative in my classroom. My environment will be very negative. So you have to be able to act, okay? You have to be a good actor, because whenever it's time to go, you have to go, and you have to be passionate, you have to be positive. Again, like, they sense that. Like, if you're having a bad day, they will immediately sense that you're having a bad day. If you're not being yourself that day, they will immediately sense that you're not yourself. So you have to have good acting skills. Also, communication skills. Communication skills is one of the most important. You are communicating all day long. That is your job. You are communicating all day long with adults and children. So you have to have communication skills. I feel like one of the hardest parts about teaching, in my opinion, is communicating with parents. And it's only because sometimes it feels like, and not in my school, because in my school, I feel like everyone is such a happy, big family. We have a great environment. So, but I have worked at schools where I feel like the parents are not always on your side, and you have to you have to earn their respect. So you have to form a relationship with the parents in order to get through that child. You have to make them feel comfortable with you. You are with their children almost, if not more than them, throughout the day. So you have to earn that respect. You have to have communication skills. You have to remember that you guys are on the same team. You want what's best for the child, and you just have to be able to communicate with them. Communication is the key. I personally would not want my child to be in a teacher's class that just does not have communication skills, because I want to be able to communicate with you about my child and my child's education. The next thing is patience. Okay, oh my God, you have to have patience, obviously. If you are a teacher, you have to have patience. You have to have patience. Okay, sometimes children say things that they really don't mean, and you have to understand. You have to be patient with them. You have to understand their background. You have to understand why they're feeling that way. So you have to have patience. Also, you have to have patience in order to teach. A lot of times, some kids don't get it the first time, the second time, or the third time. So you have to have patience with these children. And again, if you are not a patient person, I suggest you not go into education, because it will not work out for you. You have to have patience. That is very, 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 very important. The third skill I think you need is flexibility. You have to be very flexible, because listen, the curriculum is always changing. So no 2 years will be the same. Okay, so you might think you're teaching this curriculum the upcoming year, and the district tells you, no, you're not teaching that this year. We changed the curriculum. So you have to be able to be flexible. You have to learn the new curriculum. You have to be knowledgeable. So you have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust. Also, in this day and age, we rely a lot on technology, and sometimes we all know technologies do not cooperate. So you have to be flexible in that aspect. You have to be able to change it. So if I'm so worried about what's going on in my computer, and I'm so focused on my computer, this PowerPoint that I have, a beautiful PowerPoint that I have to teach, and my computer crashes, or for whatever reason I can't find my PowerPoint, okay, then come up with a plan B. Okay, you have to have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, sometimes a plan D. Okay, you have to be able to be flexible. That is very important. Also, you have to be flexible, and I can plan a beautiful lesson, and guess what? I come into the classroom, my children are not grasping it. So I have to be able to adjust again, plan A, plan B, plan C. Has to be flexible. The last thing that I think is one of the most important things. I think all of these skills are important, but you have to create a fun, loving, comfortable environment for your children. Okay? Sometimes, which is such a sad topic, okay? Sometimes your classroom or your school is one of the best environments that these children will be in. And I want to make sure every single day, I want to make sure that my classroom is a fun, loving, comfortable environment for these kids. Okay, so that is very important. If they're not comfortable in your classroom, guess what? You will not get through to them. Okay, you will not be able to teach them. They will not interpret what you are teaching if they're not comfortable. They're not comfortable with answering questions. They're not interacting. It's going to be very hard to get through to those kids. So you have to create a fun, loving, comfortable environment. Also, this is important for parents as well. The parents have to feel comfortable coming to you for a lot of things. Believe it or not, you are not just a teacher, you're a counselor, you're a nurse sometimes. You're just all of those things, okay? You have a lot of umbrellas as a teacher, and you want to be able to create a very good environment for those children to come to you. If something is going on in their life, you want them to come to you. If they don't understand something, you want them to come to you. If they're happy, if there's a light bulb moment, if they understand, you want them to come to you for everything. And if you are not creating this environment in your classroom, they will not be successful, and trust me, again, they will not open up. So if you don't take anything from this video today, please take these 5 tips. So again, the 5 skills that I think you need to survive as a teacher is being passionate and knowledgeable, communication skills, patience, flexibility, and creating a loving, comfortable environment that allows everyone to learn and to participate. Okay, so this video can go on forever and ever and ever and ever, because there is so many things I can say about my field, but I will end it by saying that I absolutely love education. If you think that this is a job that you want to pursue or a career that you want to pursue, do not let anyone steer you away from education. Education is a very great field, despite what anyone say. I literally love my job. Everyone knows I love my job, and I don't see myself doing anything else. However, yes, I do plan to go back to school to become a school counselor, but a part of being a counselor, you still teach lessons. So I feel like you are still kind of like a teacher. So education is a wonderful field. Again, if you want to be an educator, do not let anyone steer you in the opposite direction, because I feel like I did at first, and I wasted a lot of time in different majors in college, when in reality I wanted to be a teacher just because of the outside world. I don't want you to do that. So please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you disagree or agree with anything I say, I would love to hear your respectful comments below. I'd love you to interact on my channel. So I will see you guys in my next video. I absolutely love this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well.